Boxy baby, won't you be my Boxy tonight, tonight, tonight? Boxy, 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 baby, be mine, be mine, be mine. Boxy baby, you make me warm and cozy. Boxy baby, you make me warm and cozy. Let me slide inside you tonight. Boxy baby, you make me warm and cozy. Let me slide inside you tonight, tonight, tonight. Boxy baby, you make me warm and cozy. Let me slide inside you tonight. Boxy baby, you make me warm and cozy. Let me slide inside you tonight, tonight, tonight. Baby, 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 be mine, be mine, be mine. Boxy, you keep me warm and cozy all night.
When you walk into the room, all the shadows fade. The greatest kind of tune is the one you've played. Boxy baby, won't you be my Boxy tonight? Tonight, tonight.
Let's talk about a company you may have heard about. The company is called Boxabl. There's already been a lot of videos done on this company.
So Elon Musk just purchased this foldable home for $50,000.
I have a Boxabl, yeah.
You do?
Elon Musk might have grand designs in space, but it appears he also has tiny ones here on Earth. Musk reportedly owns a home like this that can be set up in just an hour, costing just under $50,000.
Local company gave us a peek at its 375 square foot casita.
It's called Boxabl.
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 A modular home called Boxabl, a futuristic home.
Those Boxabl houses are so cool.
Yeah, and this...
So this home right here takes less than 1 hour to build. Let me explain how this works.
They've been in the press.
A local startup says a box will change the way homes are built.
It's called Boxabl.
A lot.
casita.
It's called Boxabl.
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 There's a company called Boxabl.
And soon, the company will be going public on the NASDAQ. And they are going to get a lot more press. The company was founded in 2017 by Paolo and Galliano Terramani and engineer Kyle Denman. The purpose of the company is to make building houses more affordable on a mass scale, like the automotive industry, but for houses.
Let's just build houses the way we build all the other modern products. Most automobile factories, like a Ford or a Tesla factory, are putting out 1 car per minute.
The flagship product is the casita, basically a 400 square foot studio apartment. The company gained a lot of attention after they got a large order from the federal government for over 150 houses. The company also gained some negative attention because they asserted that they were going to build 1 home per minute. And people found that hard to believe, but the automotive industry does it.
Automobile factories, like a Ford or a Tesla factory, are putting out 1 car per minute.
And of course there were people that doubted them, because that is a very large assertion. They are nowhere near that number at the moment. Boxabl says they've cut the time down considerably. I don't want to give you false information, but Google is saying it's down to about 40 minutes per house. And Google is now saying that the company's goal is to build a home every 3 to 15 minutes. which is a lot different than a home every minute. One YouTuber in particular, Meet Kevin, did a fairly negative review and critique of the company on his YouTube channel.
And they're certainly not going to tell you what price you're going to get it for because they don't even know. And it's unfortunate that a company like this is allowed to register with the Security and Exchange Commission.
There was a lot of drama. Threats to sue people were made. One of the complaints was that it's an RV, not a house.
Ask Boxabl, hey, where's your RV permit?
More on that later. It's been 3 years since that video. A lot has changed. I've been a supporter of the company since the very beginning because I know how desperately people need affordable homes. Living in Los Angeles, being a broke and starving artist waiting tables, and rent being so high, you have no option except to live with roommates. And the affordable housing being built in Los Angeles at the time was not affordable at all. One-bedroom units cost maybe $2,000, maybe $2,500. That's not affordable housing. Another thing people doubted was, is the company actually going to be able to deliver at the promised price of $50,000 per unit?
Boxabl units would likely cost a lot more than $50,000.
And those doubts proved correct. The company, Boxabl, cannot deliver at the promised price of $50,000. The price is now $60,000 per unit. That's still pretty good. And the basic studio casita comes with a fantastic monthly payment plan for $895. That's hard to beat. The flagship product was the casita. They've recently unveiled a lot more products. In addition to the casita, they added 1 and 2 bedroom units. Then they have what's called a developer series, and they added 24 new products. 24. This is for builders and developers, and you have to order in large quantities, like 100 units at a time. The price goes up into the millions, 1 or 2 million, 3 million. And these models range from your basic 400 square foot studio apartment all the way up to single family homes for 2,000 square footage, all the way up to garden apartments. Yes, apartments. Boxabl is building apartments. All made with boxes, the Boxabl way.
The best way to think about Boxabl is to think of Legos. You can stack them, connect them, cantilever them as you go up. What can't you build with that? This is what the Boxabl packs up to.
Ask Boxabl, hey, where's your RV permit?
Now, remember I said we'll get back to this later? Well, it's later. This is the 21st Century Road to Housing Act. It went into law July 11th. The bill came out, I believe, I forget the exact date. It was in June. And current President Donald Trump decided not to sign it into law or veto the bill. So then after a certain amount of days, the law becomes a law if nobody vetoes it. So that's what happened with this bill. It's now law. And this changes everything. As I mentioned, Kevin's video is 3 years old. I'm not knocking on Kevin. I just thought it would be a great contrast for this video. Because my video is so upbeat, I needed a little bit of contrast. So basically, the purpose of this bill, it says right here, Chairman Hill said, home ownership should be within reach for more Americans. And this law moves us closer to that goal. This bill reduces unnecessary barriers to building, strengthens community banks, and ensures families, not institutional investors, have a fair shot at buying a home. So there's a lot of work that's going to get done behind the scenes over the following months. There are some laws that go into effect immediately, and there are some that need some time. One of the major things that's happening, it's updating the rules for manufactured homes. Since this is a video about Boxabl, which is a manufactured home company, which means they manufacture the homes in a factory rather than on site. I'll focus on one of the main points Kevin was making. Traditionally, RVs had to be fastened to a steel chassis. The chassis looks like this. Ugly. It's a sight for sore eyes. It costs a lot of money, and it hinders how you can place your layout on your land. The 21st Century Road to Housing Act officially eliminates the 1974 mandate requiring manufactured homes to be built on a permanent steel chassis. As it says right here, this regulatory change is expected to cut construction costs by $5,000 to $10,000 and to allow for greater architectural design flexibility and urban infill. That's a big deal. It's a big deal for Boxabl. It's a big deal for other manufactured home companies. They're freeing up the imagination of what these companies can build and how they can be delivered. Now, I haven't studied the bill in depth, so I'm just going to leave it at that. It is a big deal for Boxabl. I do not believe this bill goes into effect immediately. I think this is a policy that is going to have to be created over the next following few months.
Boxy Baby, won't you be my Boxy tonight?
All right, here is the product that inspired my Boxy Baby jingle that you saw at the beginning of the video. I've always wanted to travel to USA for a couple of months in an RV, but I've never had the time or money, being a broke, starving artist, pursuing an acting career, waiting tables, living with roommates, barely scraping by. The baby box from Boxabl seems like a fantastic way to do just that. I mean, you could get an RV, you could get a camper, you could get a Sprinter van conversion, but with the baby box, everything's already built in, and it looks pretty cool, and it's pretty affordable. The one downside, though, I think they already have over like 150,000 orders, pre-orders, just like the Casita does. So Boxabl has some work to do before they start pumping this stuff out.
Here is the update on Baby in R&D, and we're going to show you around. Things are very much subject to change, but it's an exciting update. We've made many, many improvements, and I'm going to just give you a bit of a walk around. So,
Driving a taxi. Boxy Baby, won't you be my Boxy tonight, tonight, tonight? Boxy, 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 baby, be mine, be mine, be mine. Boxy Baby, you make me warm and cozy. Boxy Baby, you make me warm and cozy. Let me slide inside you tonight. Boxy Baby, you make me warm and cozy. Let me slide inside you tonight, tonight, tonight. Boxy Baby, you make me warm and cozy. Let me slide inside you tonight. Boxy Baby, you make me warm and cozy. Let me slide inside you tonight, tonight, tonight. Baby, 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 be mine, be mine, be mine. Boxy, you keep me warm and cozy all night.
When you walk walk into the room, all the shadows fade. The greatest kind of tune is the one you've played. Boxy Baby, won't you be my Boxy tonight? Tonight.